Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. You got us. The In Wheel Time car talk show today coming to you from Home Sweet Home, Sugar Shack Studios just outside Houston, Texas. Coming up, we talk to Steve Moore with Campin' Car. Oh, this is going to be good. Jeff has the Cruise In calendar. We'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week in this segment coming up. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Moors. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this hot Saturday. Here
is sleeping in.
Oh, David Ainsley is sleeping in this morning. He did a fantastic job of bailing my butt out when my computer crashed and burned last week.
It's always good to see David.
It is.
He's a nice guy. He's a smart man.
Yes, very much so. And have you hadn't heard the story, last week's remote that we had up at the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run in Granbury, I got up early because I hadn't finished everything. I'd been on vacation the week before, and I was going to get on the internet and get some stories and work on my car review and that sort of stuff. So I had to get on the hotel hotspot, the public
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, guess what happened? It got some sort of a little hiccup.
Got a little infection?
It got a little infection in it. And when I went to power it up when we got there at the remote, it would not power up. David says, give me that. What have you done, Don? What have you done, Don? David, I didn't do anything on purpose. I just went to the hotel hotspot.
I just did it.
And it's still trying to recover, and it never will. So I have gotten myself a new computer coming that it will be locked down and be so clean that nobody will ever know that there's anything other than the In Wheel Time car talk show stuff on there.
He reached in his bag of pixie dust and sprinkled it like what's the Disney character, the Tinkerbell? Yeah, that's it.
Ooh,
Tinkerbell pixie dust.
I like that. I could see me being Tinkerbell for a very short while.
A lot of people can.
I know they can. All right, so joining us now is the managing director of Campin' Car, Mr. Steve Moore. Steve, good morning.
Hi, good morning to you.
Wow, you sound great, man, and thanks so much for joining us. Modular camping furniture to transform my vehicle into a comfortable home on wheels. You know,
that's the goal.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, that, rent, mortgage payments, they're high. And I'm thinking maybe this is the future for me.
Yeah, a lot of people are feeling that way. And some of them, are doing it just because it is, just like a new way to be in a lot of ways. At least embracing what maybe is an old way to be in a new way for a lot of people is like, being nomadic, not being tied to a specific spot all the time, and embracing kind of like the flexibility that lifestyle, whether it's a lifestyle you're embracing full time or a new way you want to travel, has a lot of potential to be, really enjoyable and utilitarian too.
Well, Steve, I have to tell you that when Mr. Mars told me that you were coming on the show and told me what you were here to talk about, all I could think of was, I think it was the Nash Rambler or one of those cars from the 50s, where the back seat folded down and it married up with the back of the front seat.
Yeah, the passenger
and you could make it into a bed.
You gotta bring that back more with cars. There's not enough of them that can do that these days, and that's why that's why there's products now.
Except with a dad with daughters and the comeback of drive-in movies, I'm going
population increases.
Maybe not so much in that category.
Yeah, fair enough. But
so, Steve, let's talk about the things that Campin' Car does.
Oh, man, there's a lot of things we do. I mean, first of all, kind of what you touched on is there's a sort of furniture kit that we offer, multiple furniture kits, coming out with new ones, in July, probably this summer, where you basically can buy something from us that helps, turn your car into a more comfortable sleeping kind of organization, camping arrangement, elevated bed platforms with the kind of modular features, sort of shelving units, things like that. People can buy that from us, and they can, throw it in their minivan or their SUV or van or truck bed or whatever, and kind of organize it a little better for camping. And then, we're a bit on a different end of the country here in Washington State, but we have a shop, like a full service conversion shop, where we do everything from full fancy van builds and Mercedes Sprinters to small car camper kind of custom conversions, and just a wide variety of vehicles and trailers and you name it. We converted a Honda Fit into a camper one time. There's just so many ways that you can make it happen, and we're kind of there to do
ask
it.
Sorry. We have to ask you, do you happen to know the Lilienthals?
No, I don't.
Oh my God!
They're up in your end of the country.
They're in Oregon though.
Yeah,
they're in Oregon. They're close.
Just a hop, skip, and a junk. And these folks of ours, we're gonna hook you up, because
right.
the Lilienthal, they're world travelers in their Pajero.
Yeah.
And
they sold the Pajero.
They sold the Pajero.
One of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just did the Elcon 5000.
Yeah, and they're into what you got going on there, and
Yeah.
so we need to get you guys together. There's no doubt about that. So the Lilienthals. What is the name of their website? Morris?
Crankshaft Culture.
Crankshaft. Write that down.
Crankshaft Culture.
Crankshaft Culture. And when you write them, tell them that we hooked you guys up together, because this has got you all need to be married.
Yep.
At any rate, so let's continue on. Okay, so I have this vision, and that is that I've got a 6-7-year-old SUV. I don't want to go. I don't want to pull a trailer. I want to do the camping thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the camping thing. I don't want to sleep on an air mattress and get cold at night and hot during the day.
Set up a tent.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that, but I'm interested in somehow getting something to attach to the hatch on my SUV and make it into kind of like a tent, if you will, but it's also attached to my car. You got something like that to help?
Something is it like external?
Yes.
Or like are you in the car? Okay,
Yeah.
So we don't sell like the external like tents and stuff, but we definitely install them for people. And there is a ton of rooftop tents out there in the world that like are kind of marry nicely with what we do, and we help people sort of kind of come up with builds that sometimes like go really nicely hand in hand with their rooftop tents, because they're really like a cool kind of convenient way to sort of have that camping tent experience, but it takes like a couple minutes to get it going. It's on the roof of your car. You're like nice and elevated, so that's definitely an option.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
So in Don's case, he's got his 6 or 7 year old SUV.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even want to pay for a Motel 6, so he wants to go across country, and he's looking for a way to sleep in his car. Doesn't want to do the whole tent thing, but he wants to be comfortable sleeping in his car.
Right. Sure.
So come on, hook me up. Tell me what I need, Steve.
Right. Well, depending on the SUV you have, we might have a platform bed or something like that would work really well for you. You might.
Well, I'm thinking about my Cadillac Escalade. Okay, I just said it.
A Cadillac. Oh, that's a big SUV. Yeah,
Thank you.
You got space in that thing.
Yeah.
We could hook you up with a trunk bunk probably, and
a trunk bunk
with 4 families.
Trunk bunk. That's right.
And that's a product that you have.
That is a product that we have. Yeah, it's a nice elevated sleeping platform that has a cool expanding and contraction feature. So, like, you can make it wider or narrower depending on kind of how much stuff you have back there. Let's say you've got several suitcases alongside your bed. Like, you can make it an appropriate width for that. And then you just got to throw that in the back of your car, maybe secure it down a little more, and you can be on your way. You got room underneath the platform to store stuff, and you're hotel free at that point.
Now, what about chairs at the campsite?
Oh, I don't have a chair for you that we make personally, but there are a lot of really cool, like, small camp chairs you can buy these days that'll fit nicely
you get those for
within
$10.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to drill you down now, and so you tell me what you have to offer me.
What I've got for you?
Yes.
I don't have a chair. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
Okay, well,
we understand that, but what do you have?
Yeah,
Is there a
like I
catalog?
said, we got the trunk bunk, we got some shelving units that might work nicely for you if you need something to put like, your books on, or you got like you want homey in there, right? You don't want it to be like a total Spartan thing, so you want some nice hominess, and depending on whether you're coming to us or we're sending stuff to you, we can do just about anything. We can put a toilet in there if you want us to.
Really?
So he's got a bed inside his SUV, but he needs a place to eat. Like a table.
Sure. Yeah.
Like a steering wheel
we can build
table.
a table in there for you.
A steering wheel table.
Oh yeah, the steering wheel table. We could throw one of those your way. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
And now we got to have some power.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would recommend getting something like a Blue Eddy or a Jackery or a Goal Zero charging station.
Yeah.
And you can get like one of those little flexible solar panels and stick that outside during the day while you're camping and charge that up, or charge it with your 12-volt outlet in the car, and then you've got plenty of power for your phone and whatever else you might need.
Now, we get a lot of rain. With the rain comes the bugs. What do you got for that?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question, especially considering you might be a little hot where you're at in Texas.
You think?
You've got rain and bugs and heat all at the same time. And so, things like there are these like mesh covers you can put on your windows when your windows are rolled down at night, so you've got airflow in your car, so you're not like just totally, you don't want to have your windows open because there's bugs, but you don't want to have them closed because it's hot. So there are these mesh covers you can put over the windows that work really well, that kind of allow airflow but prevent things from coming in.
Now we got to have a car fan.
Yeah, you got to have a car fan. You plug that in your little 12-volt power system. That's going to help move the air around as well. I mean, AC is nice, but that's pretty power intensive and pretty expensive to have in a true off-grid sense. So moving air around is the second best bet for sure.
Well, will that Jackery or the Blue Eddy you were talking about, would that run Don's blow dryer for his hair?
It might, yeah, probably, as long as you get one with a big enough inverter.
Have you seen the size of his head?
Yeah, it's big. Now, I've got to have me a little fridge, and ice just ain't going to cut it for me all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of good little portable fridges out there these days. A lot of chest fridge style. They're like little coolers, but they got, like temperature control set. And you can actually turn them to freezers too. So if you're like really into hunting or fishing and you want to have your game on ice, or you want to freeze it for a long drive home, then you've got like from Nomadic or Set Power. They've got all these cool little like fridges these days that you can plug into your battery system, and those will keep anything cold for hours.
Nice. Now let's talk about campfire.
Sure.
Can be dangerous, but it can also be tons of fun.
That's right. Yeah, you gotta be careful with campfire.
What would you recommend in that regard?
I mean, for the average person, when it comes to campfire, just do it in a designated pit, or they've got these like portable campfire pits. When I was living out of my car in Alaska, I had like a little like portable campfire pit that like kind of was like, it was like a fold out metal thing. Yeah. And you could stick it anywhere, and you're keeping your fire contained off the ground. It was pretty sweet.
Well, all I can think of, especially right now, is breakfast, and I'm thinking I don't want to get some big, huge campfire just for my bacon and eggs. And that
you never tried to just roast an egg on a stick over a campfire before?
No, I have not yet.
That's a good way to break a yolk.
I guess it really depends on my mood from what I've ingested the night before.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. You can get one of those like Coleman, propane stoves. That's kind of that's the best bet for most people. But you can also go fancier with it if you want. We've installed like some induction cooktops in vans before and things like that. Someone's like, I don't want to deal with propane. Give me that sweet electrical.
It puts that certain kind of outdoorsy taste on the meat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's a question. What kind of vehicle do you see the most of using these kind of products?
We see, a lot of larger SUVs and minivans in particular. I mean, we definitely serve some smaller cars for sure.
Ainsley's van.
Yeah. You get a lot of the van, small vans, bigger SUVs, pickup trucks. Because ultimately you need regardless of like how you're setting up your car to sleep, you still need a car that's big enough to accommodate your laying self down.
Right,
and
right.
Some cars, like I was saying, like we did a Honda Fit one time. If you're 5'0", it works great. But if you're like me and you're 6'3", you're gonna have a hard time sleeping in a Honda Fit. So,
well, I have to tell you, it seems to me the perfect vehicle to have would be a minivan.
They are pretty ideal for camping in a lot of ways, yeah. Just in terms of like size and economy and kind of the balance of all those things. Like they've become very popular for camping for sure.
So I was just going to say the Chrysler Pacifica has got that stow and go in the floor.
Yeah,
you got all that extra storage
Caravan
space. Everything you can fold down into the floor,
or just a full size cargo van without the seats, like a full size Chevy or Ford. And then have you outfit it? Can you do that to look
many times. Yeah. So we have a full van conversion shop here in Washington, and we do, like I said, everything from Sprinters to Chevy Express, Ford Econoline, Ford Transit, Ram ProMaster, the smaller cargo vans like the ProMaster City. We've done a ton of different vans, and we see a lot of the newer ones like the Sprinter and the Transit and the ProMaster, but we'll say yes to pretty much any van. We had a woman from Texas drive all the way up to us to work on her Ford Transit Connect just because she was having a hard time finding a company that would work on like her smaller van in your area. So,
well, I want to know about power generation. Do you have mobile generators that you can, kind of semi-permanently mount inside, say, for instance, a nice-sized cargo van?
Yeah, you don't actually see a ton of people using generators at this point in, like, the van world for power. It's a lot more solar is being used. People are mounting solar panels to the roof of their van, or we're connecting like their alternator to their house battery system, so when they drive they get a nice charge, or they might have a shore power inlet on the outside of their vehicle, and on occasion sure you could have like a tiny little Honda generator if you really needed it to charge up your van, but it's amazing how much power you can get with the combination of solar and alternator charging alone.
Very interesting. Do you have something like something along the lines of like an outdoor shower or something?
Oh yeah, outdoor showers all the time. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got like sometimes just outdoor shower out the back of a van. So like when you open the doors, you can put like a little curtain between the doors and you can shower outside. Or there's like these things called the solar shower now that people buy. It's not really something like we're installing, but you see people who are like doing minimalist car camping, buying these these showers. You like hang them up on a tree or something, and then like they get warm from like being exposed to the sun, and then you just like open it up and it just showers on top.
Gravity
of you. It's kinda,
feed type thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the simple way to go. And then we'll build a shower inside a van too, like a full little tiny half bath with a shower and a toilet and stuff. So sky's the limit, man.
Well, I find it all fascinating and very interesting. So it's campandcar.com.
That is the website, yeah. So if you're like definitely curious about like, and I encourage people, like, even if you're not able to work with us, or like if we're too far away for a custom build, or the kits that we have aren't really like suited to your needs, like just take a look at our portfolio and like really like check out all the different ways that like it is possible to outfit different kinds of vehicles in creative ways that maybe you look at that and you get inspired to do it yourself if you're really handy and you don't want to pay us to do it. Like check it out and
get some
kind
ideas.
of expand your expand your thinking around like what kind of camping is possible.
Wow.
So in other words, I don't have to go and buy the boom box anymore. I can just turn up the car stereo and I can rock myself to sleep in the back of my
There
SUV.
you go.
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't run your car battery dead because you're sleeping in your car at night, right?
That's it.
Playing too much music, you get in trouble that way.
Yeah.
The music's not too big a draw. It's the videos that'll get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would know more about that than me.
You mean like playing your little movie off your little car TV that's coming out of the roof or whatever?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Steve, it's great to talk to you, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate you.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Steve.
Campandcar.com, CAMP with the letter N followed by CAR. Y'all have fun. Enjoy yourself up there in the Northwest.
Oh, we will. Y'all take care.
Thank you. Steve Moore. And the In Wheel
Very
Time Car
good.
Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our 3-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, 8 to 11 a.m. Central Time every Saturday. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. ProAm Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. ProAm is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. ProAm is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, ProAm's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. ProAm not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. ProAm is now reaching a worldwide audience through ProAm.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At ProAm Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and ProAm will lend you a hand. ProAm Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org. Hey, thanks for joining us on our live stream this morning here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Jeff has the cruise in calendar.
Yes, and you know what today is?
Oh, well, it's
Saturday.
Father's Day
Father's Day weekend. That's
Yep.
right, and there's a bunch going on. You got Father's Day weekend meetup at Twin Peaks in Webster. Webster, Texas, Twin Peaks. You should find it, the only one out there. It goes to about 11, noon today.
That's that
around
place
there.
that hires those college girls and
Yeah, that's where I want to go with my dad.
There you go.
For Father's Day lunch.
Fun day with Dad at Wetland
Yeah.
Center in Baytown,
Or with your
Texas.
daughter.
1724 Market Street, and that goes till 1 p.m. this afternoon, Michael. And then there's a new one called Slammed Enough. Texas Car Show, 2024 version. It is at 9055 Airport Road in Conroe, Texas. It goes till 6 p.m., 1 to 6. So that's a good afternoon cruise. And then you got the Kroger Marketplace in the parking lot at 341 South Loop, 336 West in Conroe. That goes till 9 p.m. tonight. And then tomorrow, the big day for Dad. You've got Father's Day Car Show, and that's going to be in spring. It's going to be
all that's up north.
yeah. That's where they're at.
It's cooler up north.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spring, Texas goes. It starts at 8:45 in the morning.
Here's one south.
You got Pearland
That's Pearland.
Father's Day Car Show at the Faith Center in Pearland, Texas. There's a couple of churches that have these as well. So that's at 12910 O'Day Road in Pearland. It's
O'Day.
from 9:30 to 12:30. And then you've got a Father's Day Car Show at the Grace Church, Grace Woodlands Church. That goes till 2 p.m., 10 a.m. till 2. So it's probably right after the church services. They got a car show. And then the last one, it would be the Kingwood Family Dentistry Spring Car Show. There's a couple of dentist offices that are getting together to promote good hygiene for good health for your teeth. That's in Kingwood, Texas. That goes from noon to 5 tomorrow for Father's Day.
Huh.
So, there's also car clubs and things you can get a health checkup for dads. So get out there and do that as well. Mike's going to give a health check as soon as he leaves here. Yeah.
My buddy Tommy Noto, the pilot, he had a colonoscopy yesterday. I'm sure he wanted the whole world to know, but I just
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
I just told everybody about that.
There you go.
He said everything came out fine. Sorry, had to go there. Time now for some of the stories making news headlines this week. Willow Springs Raceway, up for sale.
What?
The founding of Willow Springs, also the first purpose-built road course in the United States, was backed by renowned sports car racing engineer and driver Ken Miles. Bill and Maxine Huth took over the track in 1962 and expanded the facility from the original 2.5-mile road course known as Big Willow to its current arrangement, a 600-acre complex of 7 racetracks embracing nearly every motorsports discipline. Since it opened on November 23rd, 1953, the facility has operated year-round, thanks obviously to the advantageous Southern California weather. Willow Springs Raceway has also starred in TV and movie productions, including the Ford versus Ferrari movie.
Big Willow.
The price has not been disclosed. However, a value assessment from June 4th of this year values the venue at $2.25 million, which doesn't seem like a whole lot to me.
No, not for that.
Did you ever go out there?
That's just a
Mars, did you ever go out there?
One time.
I went one time when they were doing the SRT program with Ralph Giles. And were you out there with me that time?
No, I wasn't there on the same wave you were.
But at any rate, so they were offering drives on the road course of Hemi SRTs, Challengers and Chargers. And I will be the first to admit that I'm not familiar with the road course. I'm not a professional driver. And I wouldn't know what I'm doing on that thing because you can get that car up to over 100 miles an hour pretty quick. So I went over to Ralph, very nice guy, said, Ralph, would you please drive me? Well, yeah, but I mean, the cars are here for, I know, but I'd like to have the experience of you driving me around the road course. So we got into a Challenger. And pretty much every turn of that track, he had the car sideways. I was a thrilled little girl going around that track. Well, as it turns out, the track officials and the officials from Chrysler at the time did not know that he was the one that was driving the car.
Oh, they thought you were doing it.
Dude, when we pulled in the pits, here they all come. And then he rolls down the window and looks at them and says, "Is there a problem?" "Oh no, Mr. Shields, no, it's fine. Everything's fine." That car, the tires were smoking on the car when we pulled into the pits because they were street tires on there. But how fun was that? And I got him to drive me around. I was thrilled. It was an absolute blast. Yeah. And what a great track that is. It's out there real close to the Mojave Desert. And there's, slight hills, and there's a little hilly, mountainous area at one end of the track. But man, is that fun. Just tons of fun.
Yeah, $2 million to buy it, but then you have to maintain it.
Well, there's
keep
that.
it in shape.
There's
and all
that.
that. Yeah.
But
well,
I mean,
if you got the 2.5 to buy it, you can maintain it.
I would imagine so. I guess that they just don't want to mess with it anymore. But I can tell you that it's rented all the time for the different disciplines.
Yeah.
I mean, they got drag racing. As well as road racing.
Commercials, TV
testing,
stuff.
people doing testing.
All that stuff. So they do that out there. All right. Well, that was tons of fun, and I'm sorry to disappoint, and I'm sad to see. Hopefully somebody will buy it, and that they'll update it, and it will continue on, because it just would be a shame to have that let go, so to speak. All right. Time now for another quick break. A reminder that we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. Back after this.
Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around, and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6, or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.